Well, howdy diddly dandy there, chums. 'Tis I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, I'm doing a video on Towers of Aghasba. Now, this is a dev blog. Now, this is all to do with Update 10. Now, this is something that they've been talking about for a while. This is the update that's going to provide new mounts and multiplayer infantry reworking and all sorts. Now, there isn't a trailer for this update. There is just a wall of text to read, but it's quite interesting. Now, they have chosen 2 names, which went to the actual vote of those that play the game. And yeah, they've been given names. So we've got this one firstly here, if I just hit play on there. And it's called a Spiru. Now, I guess that's Spee for speed. It's quite a fast mount, this one. It's going to be able to run you about a lot quicker. Or you've got this one, which is a little bit more of a slower mount. But apparently it may help with harvesting goods at some stage. It doesn't at the moment, but that's what they're hoping to do. Yeah, so there we go. Multiplayer has been given a lot more stability. The chances of you being able to play together and even doing quests together, like the main quest. Yeah, main story elements, or at least that's what's being hinted at here, because this is where they actually finish fixing the bridge, and it looks like they did that together, if I'm reading that correctly. But apparently multiplayer, it's not quite going to be there in Update 10, but it's going to be better in Update 10, or at least that's how I'm reading it. It's been revamped, it hasn't been fully fixed. Inventory rework, grabbing your old loot. Now, this I don't really overly understand, but apparently a lot of everything that's on your person is going to be teleported back unequipped to the main beach because they've done a massive overhaul to your inventory. So I guess I've got to throw out your inventory for you to then bring it back in again. So yeah, it's going to be in a chest at the beach. So if you can't find it, that's where you're going to find it. Coolio, lovely. That's one way around, I guess, of getting around sort of things that you've implemented into the game, isn't it? I suppose just chuck everything on the beach. Inventory rework and unlocking new slots. So, as you progressed in Towers of Aghasba, as you upgraded your ecosystem or your towns, you was given a couple of extra slots to your inventory as a reward as you progressed. Now it seems that you're going to be using, it says here, scrap and coins for unlocking additional slots. A little bit further down though, it says that they're getting rid of gold and they're changing it with a new in-game currency called Kip. I think they're just going to rename gold to Kip. It may even keep the gold icons. It doesn't show inside of here exactly what it's going to look like, but we have now got more inventory slots and it's a much wider screen to look at. So hopefully not so much running backwards and forwards to bases anymore either. So yeah, pretty lovely. Say goodbye to gold, hello to Kip, which is what I mentioned earlier. And you're going to get Kip from doing farming. So they're going to be putting more emphasis on the farming element of Towers of Aghasba, which could pay off, to be fair. Because at the moment, the actual cooking isn't, and the farming isn't too in-depth. Hopefully that's going to be branched out. Building changes, they're going to give a better blueprint system. Now, for me, trying to find places to put stuff was rather annoying. It didn't feel like you had full freedom. They are mentioning that that's going to be a little bit better. Less restrictions on where you can place stuff. So I'm thoroughly looking forward to that one. However, a lot of my towns, I might have to do a bit of a reshuffle then. Optimization, they found quite a fair few things inside of the Unreal Engine to do with Nanite and how they can reuse the same asset at a lower cost, which has now helped them make for smoother gameplay. At least that's what I'm reading into this. So PC users with powerful GPUs are going to see the biggest sort of uplift. But yeah, something to do with it. 1 item versus 10, same cost for most items. Which is how they actually promoted Nanite in the Unreal Engine tests and stuff. So I just thought that was a given. But maybe it's a toggle, something that's a little bit deeper inside of the engine, but they've managed to implement it. Treasure chest tuning. So now when you actually pop a treasure chest, it looks a little bit better. And the UI is a lot better. And telling you what you've got. Because before it just popped up just above where my head is. And it would pop up quite quick and then disappear. I like that. I like that. Because sometimes I was like, how did I get that? And I popped it from a chest and I didn't realise. There's 2 new side quests that have been added around farming. I'm hoping that they bring with them more tutorials around farming. And I'm hoping that farming has more perks. Because at the moment, you just plant seeds in the ground. Or you just stick some seeds into a raised bed, stick some fertiliser on it and just wait for it to pop. But the actual perks from cooking, well, not cooking, but from the farming, is mainly for feeding creatures. There isn't much perks that go into the food. I mean, you can make food, but I just found that I used to just eat berries or kill a creature and eat the raw meat. I very rarely did any cooking or farming for my own sort of nourishment. Predatory creatures, they're not just going to attack you on sight now, which is freaking great. You can make yourself some creature sort of food for predatory creatures. So maybe this is where the cooking's going to come into it a bit more, and the farming's going to come into it a bit more. But if you feed these creatures, they're not going to be hungry, they're not going to attack you, they're going to be more docile, and that will help you with scanning the gits, because I didn't want to kill them because I needed to scan them, but they were taking chunks out of me. 2 hits, I was dead. And it takes a lot longer to scan them than it does for them to run at you, trust me. Ecosystems and Amity balance have done a little bit of more balancing there, and also the pods and the ecosystems are going to be a little bit better with cross pods and all that sort of shenanigans. So that could be interesting. I'm hoping that they've upped the dung systems, you know, like where you've got the enchanted dung and it pops up a new biome. I'm hoping that they give those biomes more rhyme and reason, because at the moment they just seem to be eye candy and nothing more. But yeah, dung generation has been looked at again. They've done this a few times, they've tweaked them. I'm hoping that the balance is right now, which is lovely. Ruins and nighttime visual pass. Okay, alright. So they've made it a little bit nicer looking at night, I take it. I don't know until I'm in game. There's not much I can gauge from that. The lighting in this game has always been great. I think it's a beautiful game. It's a freaking lovely game, is Towers of Aghasba. Mid-Haven level 2 requirements have been reduced. I wouldn't say they were too difficult in their own thing anyway. I found it to be fairly simple, straightforward. But here we go. Additionally, a new iron tools and weapons vendors has moved in once you get to Mid-Haven level 1. They accept kip for incredibly useful wares, helping you combat the Withered on your own terms sooner than ever before. Well, I kind of wish that the scrap, I wish we could use scrap on the fly to just patch up our iron weapons. Maybe not the bone ones, but the iron weapons definitely. Because if they break, you can't then harvest the resources you're out there for. I end up taking 2 of everything with me, and that takes up a load of inventory space. We need the ability to repair iron tools on the way, and I think using scrap or kip to do that would be perfect. Bug smashing and smaller quality of life changes, which they're working on. You know, they're doing things all the time. So fingers crossed, update 10 might have a few of those in it as well as a bonus. But we'll see. We'll wait and see what they deliver in. But that's everything that I've got for you when it comes to Towers of Aghasba. And it's a bloody awesome game. If you haven't watched me play Towers of Aghasba, I've got a whole playlist on it. I'll try and find it, dig it out. I'll put it up here. I'll put it on the end card as well so you can see it. It's a beautiful game. Until next time, goodbye, and goodbye again.